Thank you all. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, there it is. All right, sunshine. Thank you. I have with me the co-directors, Joyce Fitzpatrick, Brian Shackelford, and our cinematographer, Ken Montgomery. They are the troops in Malaysia, Dallas, and Indianapolis. So, open for questions? Yes, ma'am. In the back.
Is your daughter Simone going to move to Malaysia?
Simone is actually in college right now at Purdue University. Her very first summer internship, though, she did with my company, Pratt & Whitney. She did that as a freshman, and she's been there a couple times to visit. Richard's company actually pays for her to come once a semester to visit. How cool is that? So, yeah, she's been there a few times. She's not going to move there, though.
But does she enjoy it?
Oh, yeah, she enjoyed it. She actually made some good friends. She's going to come back. Hi there. She's going to come back and visit for Mother's Day this year. Way back in the top, in the white. Did you ask your question already?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that was your. See, no glasses.
Excuse me, I'm going to get up because I want to stand up in your honor.
Thank you. So humble.
And just say, sometimes the Lord works in mysterious ways because I have an aunt who was just diagnosed in Chicago. And I was so upset when she told me about the diagnosis and everything. And just what you're going through is going to help me to be able to relate to her. But instead of me helping her, she's helping me because of her spirit and her attitude. And I think that's probably was one of the things that I saw in you. Your attitude was just like a champion. And I just, I think that more so than anything, the glow that you exhibit. I just want to say God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you and your aunt. Yes, ma'am.
Will this film be in theaters or is it going to be distributed or?
We're hoping so. I'm gonna let Brian talk about that.
That's our main goal is distribution, but we're also trying to partner up with hospitals and healthcare organizations to really spread Cheryl's positive message, because as filmmakers, we're sitting there crying, and we've seen this more than any of you guys have. So we're definitely trying to do avenues like that. And I think Joyce has some more.
And yes, and thank you everybody. And I'm sorry, I was just crying. So, but I've been trying to get Cheryl to consider telling her story as a love story as well. And Brian thought that was really a really strong component. And so I do write on occasion. And so Cheryl, we're trying to get her to write a screenplay and possibly like the movie The Notebook that's out. We can do something to that effect. And also maybe penning a book. Any more questions?
Just wondering, have you contacted, especially when your message is, well, primarily for all women, but women of African American heritage, what about the sororities? Yeah, I'm a AKA, but we're all over the country, all over the world, and I think your message is so powerful and gives so much hope that you need to create your own venues.
Thank you. I like that idea. I'm in a sorority also. No, we have not contacted them yet, but okay, yeah, we have contacted some other entities, and yes, that's a huge platform. Did I lose my? That's a huge platform to get involved with, and as you know, many AKAs, Deltas, Sigma, Zeta, etc., they all deal with this disease, so or know someone that's been affected by it. So that's a very, very good idea.
And contact Steve Harvey.
Oh, contact Steve Harvey. Okay. All right.
That's your key.
Okay. We'll do. Thank you.
Oh, no, there is some other entities locally. Our Los Angeles County Supervisor of the 2nd District, Mark Ridley Thomas. He was at the first screening. He didn't come to the actual screening, but he was, we did speak with him, and his office was definitely interested in helping us with the health department and maybe getting the word out.
Right.
So,
Stay on it.
absolutely. Have a question? Any more questions?
I don't think I heard what stage you said you were diagnosed, and did depression ever seep in at any point where you needed to, maybe seek out counseling or
questions. The first one, stage 2A, and there are 4 stages, and each one has an A and a B, and staging within that is determined by the size of the cancer, whether it's invasive, non-invasive, whether it's in the lymph nodes, whether it's spread to the other parts of the body. In my case, it was greater than 2 centimeters, less than 5, and it was not in the lymph nodes or the rest of the body, so stage 2A. Your next question, did I deal with depression? No, because I'm all about, I want to live, I had to be here. Robin Screen, who you saw on the film, we had this discussion. I didn't want to have chemo, and she said, oh, well, do you want to dance at your daughter's wedding? I said, yeah. You want to be here another 20 years? Yeah, you're going to have chemo. Okay, and my oncologist said the same thing. I didn't want to have chemo. What are my chances of survival? Well, with chemo, your chances are 85%. Without it, it's 50-50. So I'm not a gambler, so I said, we're gonna do it. Never depressed. I think the family support, my religious background, it was all about faith and fear don't coexist, and I have faith. And then, do I think it may come back? Well, I'll put it the way it was told to me. We know you're cured of breast cancer when you die of something else. So, I'm like, hello, this is the first couple of days. Well, thank you very much. So, I just treat it as it's a chronic disease. And I keep, as long as they want me on medicine, I'm there. As long as they want me to come back into the office, I'm there. We're all leaving here because of something. And I'm just gonna keep going.
I want to know, I'm a survivor, but now I have to.
I have a special gift for survivors. Yeah.
How long was your recovery period and, you know, before you started getting really back involved in life?
Let's see, recovery period. The first couple of chemo sessions, I did not work. Then I would go into work when I could. And I do say when I could. There are those days when you wake up and you take a shower and whew, that's a full day's work. And you go back and lay down. You can't do anything else. Then when I started going back to work, I remember the very first day I went back, and we have a long parking lot. This is at Lockheed Martin. By the time I walked from my car to my desk, I couldn't move the rest of the day. So I'd say it was after I was off of chemo and after I was off of radiation. So chemo started in about October, and I finished radiation in February. So maybe about, March was radiation. So maybe about April, I started feeling more like the Cheryl that I knew. Yeah, and
I just wanted to mention some of the, we shot a lot of footage, and a lot of footage didn't make it into the documentary, but it was a lot of great footage. And as Cheryl had mentioned before, with us reconnecting as childhood friends, when we went back to our hometown, Indianapolis, to film, we basically went through a lot of where we went to school, and it was some funny stories where her and I, we went to the very first school that we grew up in, like from kindergarten on up, and we were so excited, and we go inside and we tell them, this is where we went to school, and they gave us the whole tour, and then at the end, we said, wow, look at all the changes, and then they said, well, we hate to tell you, but your school was torn down, and we just rebuilt it again. They kept the outside, they kept the original look of the school, but it wasn't our school anymore. And then we got a chance to go see Cheryl's childhood home, and she did a tour of that, and there was a lot of really cool things that we did, you know, in making this. So.
We can take one more question.
My name is Edelano. I came from Nigeria for the film festival. I'm asking the director, what camera did you use to shoot this?
Wow, good question. We shot on a number of formats. We shot on the Canon T2i, we shot on the Canon 70, we shot on the Canon G16, and then we had 3 GoPro cameras with us.
We also I shot as well, and Cheryl shot as well, and we shot on the Samsung Galaxy. And if there's anyone out here that represents them, we would like to cut a deal with you. But actually, some of the footage of Cheryl in the breast center, I shot, and we shot in the car. Cheryl shot her 2 friends, Liz and Tina, and I was like coaxing her over the phone, this is what you have to do. But we got it done, so that's why you see all the different formats.
All right.
I just want to thank you again. Oh, one more question. Can we have one? She's gone, so yeah, one more.
I'm a cancer survivor also.
Right.
And, the reason why I asked about depression was simply because I was stage 4.
Okay.
And that was now 22 years ago.
All right.
Shall I say, maybe years later, after surviving and being diagnosed as cancer-free, I never knew how vulnerable I really was until later. And I think that's when, like, maybe a moment of depression.
Right.
Could I ever get back to where I was? You know. And your story to me was more not just of a woman with breast cancer, but just an individual who had cancer. So I saw a lot of universal elements within that. And I guess I'm saying I'm glad that we met, and I'm glad I saw you film.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that we met.
Helped me.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you. We actually met opening night, and your story touched me also, so I'm glad that you came.
Thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of the afternoon. Thank you.
For survivors, I believe there's one lady here. I have a rose that I would like to give you if there are any other survivors for Valentine's Day. And then I have some, yeah, two, and some little kisses I want to give you for Valentine's Day. Everybody.